I just spent 30 minutes on the phone on hold with Nespresso because basically my machine broke. They sent me a loaner machine. Then my machine was getting fixed. I didn't hear from them for 2.5 weeks. I moved provinces. Meanwhile, Nespresso still had my machine. And so I called them last week and I said, hey, if you fix my machine, I have a new address. And they said,
don't worry, if we fix your machine, we'll contact you before we ship it.
And then this morning, I got an email saying that my machine couldn't be fixed and they're sending me a new machine to my old address. I just spent 30 minutes on the phone with Nespresso. And with that being said, hello. Good morning. Welcome to the vlog. My name is Amanda. Some people call me AJ. I am a Canadian lifetime natural wellness bodybuilder and a full-time natural bodybuilding and lifestyle coach.
Number 205, Amanda.
I literally just packed up my whole entire life and I moved 6 hours away all on my own to a province where I only kind of speak un peu de la langue and I am on prep. Hi everybody, good morning. I don't know what kind of intro that was. It was a different sort of vibe, but here we are. That is my life right now. Welcome back to the vlog. I am so grateful that you're here and I'm so happy that you decided to tune in for a classic Amanda/AJLIFTS vlog. If you are new to the channel, most of the vlogs don't start like that, but maybe they will. Anyways, give a little check really quickly before we get into this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because a lot of my frequent viewers are not subscribed and the subscription goes a very long way. And I know that YouTubers say that all the time and I never really fully grasped and understood it, but now I do. So please make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are someone who does show up every single week to check in, see what we're doing, see how prep is going. We are officially 3 weeks into prep. And if you're new here, I'm not saying how many weeks out I am, not because it's a secret, but because we are going to solidify our show decision, which show we are going to do when we are closer to the show, when composition has come through and when we look and feel ready to do a show. Obviously, I have broken that barrier, letting y'all know that I have moved and I am now in a whole new place. Many of you were super intrigued to know more about my move, figure out where I am, and that's not a secret either. I did move to Montreal. As I said, we are a Canadian girly.
Je suis dans la belle province de Québec.
I speak a little bit of French. I don't really speak a lot of French. I'm really working on it. I do my Duolingos every single night. I did go to a French school growing up. I have found that just being a part of the culture, even though I've only been here 36 hours, it has started to surface a little bit more, which is good. A lot of y'all really want to see where I live and what is going on with my new place. So we will not keep you on the edge any longer and we will start with an apartment tour. Okay, hello friends. Welcome to my home. Here is the front entrance, and when you walk in, you can immediately see the lay of the floor. I've got my bathroom here. You'll just have to not mind because it's going to take me probably a couple of weeks to get fully settled in here. Things don't look that organized. It's because they're not, and that's just the reality. Walking on in, you can see none of this is set up. These clothes probably shouldn't even be here, whatever. Bed is mostly made. Here is my quaint little kitchen. I do not have an oven, but this microwave does turn into an oven. I've got my fridge. You can obviously tell what my priorities are here. Full cream of rice. We've got some supplements there. This is going to be other dishware. This is honestly my favorite little cabinet. This is another one of my supplement cabinets. Just how beautiful is it that I can organize things exactly how I want? This is a 1-bedroom, but I did set it up like a studio, and that is because I have different priorities than the average person. I've got my bed in the middle of the floor here. TV is set up there as well. Again, none of this stuff is probably going to stay as that is because it's going to take me some time to settle in. I created a little nook here just for my journaling, my reading, my simple tasks that I'm doing in the morning because I wanted to have my own separate space to work. May I welcome you into the bedroom, which is not my bedroom, but it is my office as well as my closet. Here is my mess of life. All these drawers are going to be packed full of my clothes. I'm going to have all my shoes set up here. And as I said, this is not only my office, but it is also my closet room. Obviously, we favor a very particular color palette in this wardrobe. I do have a little balcony, but I haven't had a chance to go out there and give it the clean that I think it deserves. I will show you anyways. Actually, maybe I won't. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the balcony because I haven't figured out how to use that door yet. My view is nothing super, super grand. There is a rooftop on my building and that view is to be admired. Now, as a part of the little tour today, we're also going to do a full day of eating. I have not established which gym I'm going to train at that's going to be like my gym. Over the next couple of weeks while I'm trying out some gyms, I may try to bring my camera in to record, but I'm not feeling super jazzed about that because I don't know the lay of the land quite yet. I think that is the most fitting for us to do a full day of eating. Our first meal today is gonna be my pre-workout meal. Oh my God, that is definitely not preppable. Stop. And I'll take y'all through how I make it. We start off with 40 grams of oats and we add some water. I like to cover the oats somewhat generously and then we'll pop this in the microwave for 1 minute. Oats have been cooked for a minute. So to that, we're going to add our egg whites. 120 grams of egg whites. Usually at this point, I'm too lazy to grab a spoon. I give it a little shake around and we pop it back in for a minute. I just want to be careful though, because I find when you have less oats, for some reason, they're more likely to boil up and overflow and make a little bit of a disaster. I find if I have anything less than about 60 grams, I do need to keep watch of my oats or else they will make an absolute mess in my microwave. And we don't want that because we want to make sure that we eat our oats and not lick them off the microwave plate. I add a couple of things that I swear by to my oats. The first one is these sweet drops here in the English coffee flavor. They're stevia, which is nice because I am trying to moderate how much sucralose I consume, and so having a stevia alternative is fantastic. Maple extract, some sea salt, and cinnamon. So we'll let that finish up. Now I've accepted that I will need a spoon. They look like this. They look disgusting. I don't really know if you can see. They look disgusting, but it's gonna be good, I swear. We'll add in my maple, my cinnamon, stevia, and just 1 crank of salt. I'm gonna put more salt on top of it after. That's why I moderate putting less on right now. At this point, the egg whites are kind of weird and clumpy, but it gets better, I swear. All mixed up and then back in the microwave it goes. It's at the consistency that I like. If you like a more liquidy oat, you'd cook it less, but if you like a more firm based oat, then obviously you'd cook it more. If there's any weird clumps, you can use the back of your spoon to smooth things out. I really like eating my blueberries and banana that I put on top of this frozen. If I put it on top of it right now, they are going to instantly melt. I will actually leave this here while I go and get dressed so that it can cool down a tad bit. That way when I do add the frozen fruit, it stays frozen and I can eat it frozen because that is how I like it. There's nothing wrong with my current outfit. I have a sports bra on. I do love this sweater, which I'm probably gonna put back on, but I am gonna pick a different pair of leggings and then we will select a pair of shoes. I'm gonna do a little transition. Just kidding. I don't know who I thought I was there for a second. We're not going to do a transition because the only thing I changed was my pants. I just went from a pair of tight fitted leggings to a pair with a mini flare. I know exactly which pair of shoes I want to wear. I'm gonna wear these. They go cute with a sweater and that's all that really matters, right? As long as the shoes match the fit. And my sports bra is a black sports bra with a white stripe and I got this on Amazon, so she's an easy guy. Let's go put the finishing touches on our oats. Normally my banana would look a lot better, but what had happened was I had frozen banana and then it thawed, then I refroze it. So it turned into like a sloppy banana brick that I've been ripping apart. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm not gonna waste it. I'm just gonna eat it as it is. It's not really a big deal. The only last thing are nut butter, which today my choice is almond. For nut butter, I always put it on the scale, zero it out, take from the jar. I'm not sure how anyone in this lifetime has the confidence to do any kind of drizzle or sample, because so much of it gets stuck to the spoon. You're always gonna end up overeating. And it's not like it's a slice of cucumber where if you overdo a couple grams, it's not gonna make a big deal. Almond butter is a fat, so it is very calorie dense. Now, for any reference, a gram of dietary fat is 9 calories, whereas a gram of protein or a gram of carb is only 4, which basically means that if you're an asshole with your fat sources and you think that the calories are negligible, they're not. A little bit of sea salt to top it off, and our first meal is ready to eat. I think we just put together the saddest pre-workout in living history. Okay, I don't know what kind of crack I was on. I had a quarter scoop, not even a half scoop, a quarter scoop of the Pink Lemonade Pre-HD Elite, which is the non-stim formula for pump. Normally, I would have just done a scoop of non-stim, but a quarter scoop was not enough for how much water I had packed. I had a quarter scoop of Pre-HD Black and Lychee. We mixed the two together. Limited flavor itself was actually pretty good. I have a scoop of Intra and raspberry lemonade. We are at the Atlantis gym in Laval. It was a little bit of a drive, like 35 minutes. It's actually only 12 kilometers away, but the traffic was no bueno. Let's go hit a quick pump. Let's do our post-workout cardio, which right now is about 15 minutes every single training session, or 100 calories. Yeah, I guess you and I will square back up when it's time to consume our next meal. Great workout, great cardio session. And I will say, the vibes at this gym, they weren't that good yesterday, but they were much better today. We'll take that as it is. We even got to do some posing today, which I did not do yesterday. Honestly, I couldn't find my shoes. I made that this morning's mission, was to find them, and I found them. Post-workout meal time, 150 grams of white rice. Then we have some lean ground beef and sweet peas sprinkled with some sea salt. No crazy weird sauces or anything like that. Just some nicely seasoned ground beef. I've been super into rosemary as of late. If I put just like a little of rosemary in my ground beef, the whole thing is so aromatic. It's amazing. Now I'm just gonna head to a gym that's close to my apartment building because I need to find somewhere to do fasted stairs. And my apartment building has cardio machines, but they don't have stairs. I do need to get a membership somewhere that's gonna be, honestly, walking distance would be great. If not, I'm okay for like a 10-minute-ish drive, but fasted cardio needs to happen. So we're gonna go check out that gym, maybe get a membership. We'll see. Next meal up and ready to go. We're going to meet our friend to go for a cute little walk. There's a girl, and I've had her on Instagram for a while. First time I ever came across her page. I'm pretty sure I out of the blue messaged her right away because she just looked so dope. And I messaged her just to tell her that she looked so dope. She lives in Montreal. She's, I think, like 15 minutes away from where I am. She's gonna come pick me up. Her and I are gonna go for a walk, get some coffee, do our steps together. She's also a bodybuilding girly, and I'm gonna bring my meal because I don't know how long I'll be out for. You kind of just saw it. 150 grams of cucumber, chicken, and some sweet potatoes, which I will put some sugar-free ketchup on. We're gonna put 14 grams of sugar-free ketchup on this bad boy. Now when I weigh that out, I just put it on the scale. Oh, there we go. 15 grams, right on the nose. Let's go get our steps in. It is majorly impressive anytime I sit down to create content or make some like legit content, how draining it low-key is. Oh my gosh. I feel like people look at creators online and think, guys, it is work. It is serious work. And YouTube, like editing these videos is also serious work, but it's a different kind of work. I find that editing for YouTube is a little bit more relaxing, whereas when I'm editing content for social media or for Instagram specifically, I don't know, it feels like a lot more. Like you have to put in quite a bit. With that being said, I do have a new series going on my Instagram. It's called Finding My Feminine, which I think the title itself speaks to what it sort of entails. Feel free to check that out if that sounds like something that would be of interest to you or up your alley. With all of that yapping out of the way, it is time to throw together our second last meal for the day. I definitely feel as though I need the fuel, so I'm very much looking forward to putting this one up. This meal is going to be rice, ground beef, eggs, and green beans. The day that I drove down here, I put all of my rice in a Ziploc bag. We're gonna use up the last bit of this rice before we get into the regular containerized. I don't know if I've ever shared this before. If you heat up your food on a pan, adding a little splash of water helps keep the rice really hydrated and it makes it delicious. This meal has 3 eggs. I like to crack one of my eggs into it, stir fry it all up, and then do the other 2 sunny side up. I actually don't have to put anything on this pan in order to cook my eggs, which is a huge plus. If you are somebody who is trying to like watch their calories, diet, cut, anything like that, you are doing yourself a severe disservice by adding a tablespoon of oil if you're cooking or if you're heating up a simple meal. Most of the time, you're probably not even adding a tablespoon of oil. You're probably adding multiple tablespoons of oil, and a singular serving of olive oil, so a tablespoon, is going to have about 100 calories to it. And if you do that for 3 meals 3 times a day, that's 300 calories. And ideally, you would want to aim for a deficit of about 300 calories. If you think you're eating in a deficit, but then you're adding all those calories back in the form of olive oil just to heat up or cook some food, you're leaving a lot of error on the table there. That is the case if you are dieting and you are trying to cook your food and make it so that it's nonstick. Either A, use a spray oil so that your calories from oil are going to be very negligible, or B, invest in a good non-stick pan and cook whatever you want to cook, and you don't have to add basically ghost calories to all of your food. I also like to slightly toast, non-aggressively burn my green beans. It smells kind of weird when it's in the pan, but it tastes great. We do it, and I live alone, so who cares about the smells? I'll just light a little candle, you know? And just like that, we have our next meal. It's time for the most iconic part of the day. It's the best time of the day. Guys, I have a problem. This cupboard makes it look like I am peak off season eating 150 grams a day. I'm not peak off season. I'm very much prep girly, and I eat 40 grams once a day. I want those 40 grams to be super memorable. Honestly, as crazy as it feels, I have been opting for the coconut cream pie flavor more often than the chocolate cake in the evenings, and that is so berserk. Your girly is 100% a chocolate girly. However, I'm also a coconut girly. Yesterday, I did the coconut cream pie with Birthday Cake Pro HD, and that was a great combo, but I did miss the chocolate. I'm gonna do chocolate peanut butter Pro HD with the coconut cream pie. Y'all know the drill. Discount code AJLIFTS if you'd like to save some money on all your stuff. Why would you not want to save some money on all your stuff? Let's make a bowl of cream of rice. Okay, yes. I changed my hair. I don't know why I'm singing literally everything. But 40 grams coconut cream pie with 100 grams frozen raspberries, because y'all know I like my fruit frozen. This is 30 grams of chocolate peanut butter Pro HD, 25 grams of water. I stir this very well so that it's all combined with a fork, and then I put it in the fridge. I ignore it for as long as humanly possible. Sometimes I'll even make this after I finish eating my 5th meal, and then it sits in the fridge for a hot minute, but then it does get a little skin on top. Or when I first begin to make this meal, if I forgot to do it for whatever reason, then I'll do it and it'll just sit in the fridge for 10-15 minutes. I like it cold. I like the contrast of the hot cream of rice with the cold toppings. So we will weigh out our berries, which are frozen into giant chunks, just like the banana from earlier today. It didn't transport well in the move. Food is food. Oh, perfect. Those 2 chunks were a perfect 100 grams. So she looks like this. And then using a spoon, I will not deprive you. I will let you in on the action. I'll circle around sides of the container, try to scoop up as much as I can, and then I plop it right on top of the raspberries. And why do I do it this way? Because I like it. I like it a lot. I know that you feel tempted right now to message me like, Amanda, should I be doing that? And my answer for you is A, did your coach say that this is part of your meals or your macros? B, do it if you like it. C, if you want a coach who will give you this for your last meal, I'm currently accepting clients. Just like that. That is our beautiful last meal for the evening. Of course, off camera, what I will do as well is I will put my spoon back in here and I will try to scrape out every little bit I can, because why would I not? I'll take my nighttime vitamins, curcumin, magnesium, zinc, something else. I feel like there's something else. Oh, and I'm currently taking Liver HD as a precautionary during this prep. I am a natural athlete who also has elevated liver enzymes. Get over it, guys. And with all of that being said, now is the most appropriate time for me to say thank you so much for watching this video. As always, I can't believe you watched this video. Make sure to like, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along for the journey. In our next video, we will do a proper physique update, because I'm sure y'all are wondering what is actually going on there. Your daily reminder today is that you are freaking beautiful. You are so beautiful. Beauty, they say, is in the eye of the beholder. You can find beauty in something, it's because the beauty exists. And if you cannot find the beauty in something, it is because you're not looking at it through the right lens. So potentially adjust your lens. I love you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Goodbye.